I don't do it for the hype, it's just the principle. I don't chase cloud of friends, but just the principle. I don't fold, I don't bend, now it's the principle. Everything I did it off the principle. I don't talk unless I mean it, that's the principle. I don't move unless it's clean, that's the principle. I don't fake.
All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of your season predictions. This season is season 85. Again, I like to say before any kind of podcast or video, thank you guys. We made it through 84 seasons, which is crazy. We're going strong, still going strong. We got a great group this edition. I think we only had one coach drop. Actually, two coaches dropped, but both on good terms. So we had no removals, really no issues. You guys are doing a great job. We're flying through the edition, and we're in the fourth season of Madden 26 already. Can you believe it? Because I can't. It's already the end of February, and season 85 just kicked off. So yeah, I'm a couple days late, but nonetheless, let's get started. So I like to show you my predictions from last season and then compare them to what actually happened this way. You know, I get a little bit of, bragging rights or non-bragging rights. So last season, I predicted the Seahawks and Coach Roglo to beat Hicks and the Bills. I was wrong, obviously. Roglo had a surprise vacation to Cancun. Hope you enjoyed that because that actually knocked him out of the playoffs. So Canes, here, let me show you. Here is the actual playoffs of last season. So Coach Canes Bucks again won the Super Bowl. That's 2 straight. Hicks made his second Super Bowl in 3 seasons, and he's another one. Season 83, Hicks had a forfeit out of the playoffs, so he could have been easily 3 straight. So Hicks lost to Healy. Healy again with the win. He's looking for 3 straight. So without further ado, let's get right into the predictions, shall we? All right. The AFC East. This is how I have the AFC East going down. I have Hicks again winning this division. I really don't see how he will lose this division, to be honest. He has the best team, the best quarterback, and he is a quarterback. We say it all the time, but he knows how to read defenses. He knows how to complete passes. He's a really great user, too, on defense. I think it's underrated how good he is. So I think he will win this division. I do think Enzo is going to turn it around. Congrats to Enzo, by the way, new baby. It's always great to see new babies and MOF. So yeah, he will be, I think, finishing second place, fighting for a wild card. I like Wheezy finishing third. I think he'll also fight for a wild card, but I just think something's missing. And he just lost his quarterback, I think. I mean, unless Neon's wrong, it looks like his quarterback, let me just double check. His rookie quarterback, I think, went down for the entire season, which you don't see often anymore. You don't really see season-ending injuries. So yeah, Levi Walker looks like he tore his pectoral, and he's out 35 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a tough blow. So it looks like Tua is going to be starting over there in Miami. It really shouldn't matter. Weezy is also a really good user, good quarterback. He knows what he's doing, so I think he'll be right there in the mix. And I have the Patriots falling back to 5-12. I know we had a good season a couple seasons ago, but this division is getting better, and I think the Patriots are going to be the team on the outs. The AFC North. The AFC North is another one of those divisions. Last season, we had 3 teams make the playoffs out of this division, so I really don't think we'll see much of a change. I like the Browns again. The Browns had a good draft. They have a good team, a good, strong team. They like having that quarterback carousel, kind of like Coach Q. Now this year it looks like they have Baker Mayfield starting, but they have Judkins, they have Gatskin at tight end. They have Tyreek Hill, they have Carvajal, that rookie 95 speed receiver. I think the Browns will win this division again. I think he just tied Coach MMX too, so I think they're both 1-1-1 now. Anyway. The Ravens I have finishing second. I think the Ravens will be right there in the playoffs, right in the mix. I think the other teams are just kind of catching up to Coach MMX. I think he went undefeated, or he went 16-1 the first season. He kind of fell back a little bit more last season. I think he'll struggle a little bit, but in the end, I think the Ravens will still be right there in the mix for the division or for a wild card. The Steelers really surprised a lot of us last season. They finished 10-7 and they went to the playoffs. Coach Minden, he is a baller. He can play. We know that. So he has a good roster. DK Metcalf dominated last season. They had a quarterback that they developed up into a stud. I think his name is, Roger Jarrett. He's a superstar quarterback. 91 throw power, 94 deep accuracy. Now he's 90s across the board. This guy's great. His speed is 81, so he has a great quarterback over there in Pittsburgh. I do think he'll take a step back this season. I think his division is getting better. I think Jayfon will have a better season. His schedule is a little tough, so I think the Steelers take a step back. I think they will miss the playoffs. Then I have Jayfon finishing in last place. Look, this division's just tough, and this is not a great addition for Jayfon. For whatever reason, this game is just not matching up to his style. I think last edition was much better for him, so I think he'll fall back a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals did make the playoffs. I mean, he did make it in the first season, so he has the roster. We know Burrow kills it. We know Jamar Chase kills it, so we'll see what happens in Cincinnati. All right, so let's go to the AFC South. Last season, I did pick the Jags to miss the playoffs and not win a division. That was a mistake, obviously, because he did win it, and he was missing in action for about 3 or 4 games, I think, maybe even 5. He had 4 or 5 sims, I think, sim losses, and he still ended up winning the division at 10-7. So I think the Jags will repeat again. He'll win this division pretty handedly. I expect him to just jump ahead of the pack. I think Houston will finish in second. I know Q's having a struggle bus. He's on a struggle bus this edition, but I do see him getting in second place, and he's going to probably fight for a wild card, I think, this season. And then I have the Colts finishing in third. I did think Mac Daddy was going to turn it around last season, but he didn't. He starts off strong. He falls back a little bit. So I think Mac Daddy will be right around 500. He'll probably miss the playoffs. But again, he's another one where if he makes the playoffs, really wouldn't be surprised. Would be because it's Mac Daddy. So then I have L Bucks, who really had a much better season last season, 6-11. We know L Bucks usually he wins 3-4 games, but he won 6 games last season. And it's probably one of his best additions already. So I wouldn't be shocked either if the Titans can jump in second place and maybe even get a playoff spot. I would love to see that. But I do have him finishing in last, unfortunately. And the AFC West, very interesting division again. We almost had 3 playoff teams again in this division. Any one of these teams could easily make the playoffs. I think we saw every team make the playoffs so far this edition. In this division. So I do have the Chiefs finishing in first. His team is just a bunch of juggernauts. He knows how to draft. He knows how to develop. He knows when to trade guys when they're on their last legs. He just is making excellent moves all edition. Probably the number 1 GM in the on the edition right now if I had to pick. But I do have the Chiefs finishing 14-3 with the best record in the AFC easily, and look for those rookies to really make a difference. I know he had I think 10 picks in the first 2 rounds in this draft. And if you watched the draft recap from yesterday where I posted it, these guys they're all studs, every one of them. He has Jesus Enriquez, and he has another X Factor tight end, Bo Underwood. So he has 2 X Factor tight ends, 22 and 23 years old. That's crazy. And then he drafted Jose Escobar, wide receiver. Normal development somehow, 97 speed, in addition to his 99 speed Worthy, 94 speed Hernandez. He has speed everywhere with Mahomes. It's just not fair. How are you supposed to guard these guys? So I expect the Chiefs to win this division. I like the Chargers to finish second. I know I picked him last season to fall back a little bit. He hasn't fallen back at all. Coach Shorty is definitely having one of his best additions besides the one where he won the Super Bowl. But he has a great defensive line. He really figured this game out. I think the NCAA game translated a lot better this year into Madden, so I know he's very good at NCAA, and he has translated that into Madden. He has great pressure. He has a great defensive line, and he's very accurate with Justin Herbert. So if he can get into the playoffs, and he can get hot, you never know. I have the Raiders finishing in third with his new toy in Peter Morton, quarterback. Look, this guy is probably one of the best quarterbacks we've seen get drafted out of our franchise in a long time. Peter Morton, he also signed Bo Nix, too. I think he's backing up. But anyway, Peter Morton has a 99 speed quarterback. that's Michael Vick area. It's even faster than Michael Vick. So if he can use him correctly, Morton is going to be a force. He's going to be running all over the place. He's going to be throwing all over the place with 94 throw power. He's basically Michael Vick reincarnated into Peter Morton with a right hand. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, anyway, I do have the Raiders finishing in third. I just think the rest of his roster needs some help. And in this division is ridiculous. And I have Witness finishing in fourth, which, I don't know if that's. I kind of felt wrong doing this because Witness is a Hall of Famer. He knows how to win. He's made the playoffs, but for some reason he's just struggling a little bit with the Broncos. Now I know he just lost Nix at quarterback, and it's because he drafted. I think he drafted a quarterback. Yeah, he drafted two actually. He drafted Charles Horn and Eli Marciano, and he also has Earl Burris quarterback. I guess he didn't want to pay Nix, so he has 3 young quarterbacks. He has one X factor in Horn, rookie. I think he's going to be starting. Yeah, he's very accurate, so we'll see what happens. But the offense is a little sketchy, so he needs some offensive help. But that's not where he shines. He shines on defense. We know Witness is a great defender. He always has a top 5 defense in this league, so I expect him to have a good defense. But there's only could do so much when you have a good defense. You can stop, but you really can't stop the Chiefs, right? So he needs to be able to have some firepower, which he does not. So that's why I picked the Broncos to finish in 4th place. Now the NFC East, I don't really see a change here from last season. Look, Healy and the Eagles, it's just a match made in heaven. They have Barkley, who's just not aging at all. In addition to that, he drafted a running back who is an X factor, I think. Oh no, superstar. Sorry, Michael Coleman, superstar, who is Barkley reincarnated. Basically, at 93 speed, 96 XL. Coleman's going to be just taken right over for Barkley if Barkley gets a little older, or if he feels a little older, which he's not. He's still X factor at 31 years old. So he has Braxton Barnett still at quarterback. He has Quinones at tight end. He has Devonta Smith, Jalen Knoll. He has a very strong team, and I don't see him losing this division. We got the Commanders and Snoop Panther. Snoop has been talking a lot of shit, right? A lot of smack for someone who just got 2 sim losses in a row. But he says he's going to finish 15-2, but we'll see. I more or less I think he'll finish 11-6, which is hey, it's still really good if you're starting 0-2, right? You're going to finish 11-4. I have you finishing 11-4 out this season, and you're still going to make the playoffs. But I do have the Eagles ahead of the Commanders there. 3rd place, I have the Cowboys and then the Giants. Listen, this conference, this division is tough. I know Dallas, he does win some games. You're just like, oh, well, there you go. He had a lot of problems with the cap. I don't even know what he did to clear himself. He had, I think, $96 million in negative cap. So I'm not sure how he even played games, to be honest. But he still has Dak Prescott. I think he has $100 million or close to like $98 million cap hit, something like that. So that's probably the problem, right? If he can get rid of Dak, at least that would, you're hitting again a huge penalty, but that would probably be a good start. So anyway, I have Dallas and then I have the Giants. But the Giants also, their roster is getting very strong. Let me just open this up quick. I know they drafted a really good defender. I believe his name was Clark Osborne, edge with Abdul Carter. Very good 1-2 punch on the edge there. So the Giants can really make some noise here. They have Mixon at running back, a little older. They have JCM there, Krosky Merritt. They still have Scatabo. He has Jackson Dart, who he's trying to trade because he drafted someone called Nick Blatchford, who looks like 93 throw power. He looks like he can be a really good quarterback. So I think Dart's on the block, but we'll see if he can move him. So that's how I have the East going out there. And NFC North, I have another division win for yours truly, Detroit Lions. I don't feel as confident as I used to, honestly, because people have really keyed in on my run game with Gibbs. So if you stop Gibbs, you're probably going to beat me because I'm just not a good passer. Everyone knows that. It's not really a secret. Just not in my DNA. I'm a runner, and I'm a middle linebacker. That's basically what I am. So everyone knows. That's how I've been playing for 85 seasons, and I'm never going to stop. It's just how I am. But yeah, if you stop Gibbs, you're gonna beat me probably, but you got to stop Gibbs, right? But I still have the Lions. I have myself finishing in first place. I do have the Vikings right there behind me. I wouldn't be surprised if Crazy knocked me out. I mean, it's not really a huge surprise. The Vikings and Crazy have a fantastic roster. They have McCarthy up at, I think he's a 99. He's like one of the 99 club. Yeah, he's in a 99 club. You got, listen to this. Quarterback, 99. Running back, Dorsey, 99. Receiver, Jefferson, 99. He has 3 99s on offense. And that's hard to stop right there. The Jefferson, McCarthy, and Dorsey combination. That's like Aikman, Emmett, and Irvin from back in the day. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Vikings overtook or made the playoffs. You know, he has a great roster right there. I have the Packers. I have Alex finishing in third. Another devastating injury, I think, early in the season. Looks like Parsons got hurt. Another torn pectoral. I think he's out for the season. I could be wrong. Again, like I said, Neon is not always correct. So it does say torn pectoral, 35 weeks, he's out. So it's a huge blow for Alex. Parsons was, one of the defensive players of the year last season. So that will really hurt him. I have him finishing in third. And I have the Bears, who actually is already 2-0. So this is going to be wrong. He's already 2-0. I have him finishing 2-15. So, yeah, if you lost 15 straight games, but I don't really see that happening. Remo has a good roster. He has a good team. He really does. I think it's just more of an adjustment thing during the game. So during the game, if he's not adjusting as much as others, that's why his downfall is a little bit. So I think the Bears can easily win 4, 5, 6 games here and maybe even knock the Alex out of third place. So we'll see what happens there. The NFC South, not really a change here. I have Coach Knight winning this division. Knight went 15-2 last season. That is a strong season, but you kind of forget his great season because he lost to the Cardinals in the first round. He got top seed, the second round. When he got top seed, his first game, he got knocked out by the Cardinals, which was really devastating to him. I know he probably thinks he could have easily got to the Super Bowl. I do think things are going to change this season. He has Rattler as an X factor. I'm not sure why he's only 84 rated, but he's only 84. Either way, Ben Allen at running back. Olave at receiver. He has a Shaheed at receiver, both really quick. I think the Bucs should play a little bit better this season. He's been falling down, right? I mean, I expected them to be much better last season, and they really took a step back. So quarterback is where he's having some problems. He lost Mayfield. I know that. He got Haskins, I think, maybe last draft. Haskins has a really good arm, 96 throw power. His accuracy is a little off, but he still has Bucky Irving, who might lead the league in rushing if Gibbs falls back. So I expect the Buccaneers to have a little bit of a bounce-back season. I'm not sure if he'll make the playoffs, but he'll be right there. I think if he can maybe knock off the Saints once, he has a chance to win the division, but I still think the Saints will take that out. Now I have Atlanta finishing in third. Big Reg just not really his addition. Same thing I think with Jafon and Q. Just not really fitting his style, because we know Reg can win. He's right in the cusp of the Hall of Fame. He's right there, so we know he can win games. He's just not putting it together this edition. He has a strong team. He has Bijan. He has Pitts. He still has Drake London. He has Penix at quarterback. So he has a good team. It's just putting it together. And in a tough division, those two things are two strikes against you. Same thing with TSG and the Panthers. The Panthers, first of all, congrats to TSG. TSG is now a staff member, well-deserved, brings a lot to the league. It's the first day he was here, he's creating content, he's creating magazines, he's creating graphics. He's really into it, and we really love that kind of thing, and we're really happy to have him on staff. His roster as well, he made 2 pretty good moves. He picked up Jared Goff, and he picked up Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey is 32, of course, but he's an X factor. And he also has Kyron Williams at running back. So he has 2 really good ability running backs there. If he can just run the ball, Goff is very accurate. I had him the first 2 seasons. I know how good Goff is. So if he can just do that, he might be able to jump ahead of Big Reg. And then we're talking playoffs if he can get ahead of Chieffer. So you never know. But I have the Panthers, unfortunately finishing in last place for the season. So let's finish off with the NFC West here. NFC West last season was a juggernaut, honestly. When you have a division like this and you have Coach AJ, who has a fantastic roster, I have him finishing last. I mean, if AJ was in the South or even the North, I think if he was in the NFC North, I think AJ can easily win that division. but he's in the toughest division in the MOF. The Seattle Seahawks, the Niners, the Cardinals, these guys are just perennial playoff teams, and I don't really see a change. I don't. Now, I'm going back to Roklo again in first place because I think this is, Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. This is Roklo's Revenge Tour, all right? I think he's going to be on it. He's going to be on try to get the division away from Beast. But he has to hold off Beast and Booby because Booby's Cardinals really turned it around last season. I have the Seahawks finishing in first with their incredible roster. They have Milroe, obviously. We know about Milroe. We know about Kenneth Walker. They're enormous receivers. We got Arroyo at tight end. They have just a great team. He's built a great team over there, and he's upgrading them. So many X factors. He has X factors all over the place. Defense, offense. His secondary is incredible. The Seahawks have probably, if not the best, one of the best teams in the league. And then the Niners, I had the Niners finishing in second. Niners went in a little different direction, looks like, this season. It looks like they drafted Connor Weber, quarterback, because they didn't want to play Noodle Arm Purdy anymore. Noodle Arm Purdy, 86 throw power. So Weber has 96 throw power. Much, much better, obviously. So he's going to be starting. And then they also drafted a receiver called Philip Gunn. Keep your eye on Philip Gunn because he's only 5'9", 193. He has his long locks hair running around, but he's a really strong player. He also has Stephon Diggs. It looks like he signed him too. But yeah, he has Ayuk, Gunn, Diggs, Purcell. He has Herrera at tight end. And Alonzo Pendleton out of the backfield, really tough. Tough to guard that guy. He's really good running back, a really good receiver out of the backfield. So they have a good team. The Niners should be right there. Then the Cardinals, like I said, the Cardinals turned it around and ended up getting to the NFC Championship last season. He got knocked off by the Eagles, but Jack Weber really turned the corner last season. He almost won MVP. I know he just lost out on the QB of the year, but he'll be right there again. They got 2 X Factor receivers. They ended up drafting an X Factor running back in Cedric Coffey, 92 speed. He's only 73 overrated, but look for him to take the field. He's going to be boosted up big time. Trey McBride at tight end. They have a really strong team, and I expect him to be right there when the dust settles. Now, the Rams also have a very good team. I just think he's in a really tough division. It's just, it's tough. It's tough when you have a good team, and you know you're a good team, but you're in this division with these Hall of Famers, these guys who are just you can't do anything about it. He had a really good draft too, so look for a lot of rookies out of the Rams to get some playing time. Stump and Morris, and then they have another X Factor quarterback. This guy is he's growing them out in the backyard with the carrots and the onions. He's just picking up X Factor quarterbacks all over the place. But it looks like Nate Stevens will be the quarterback with Sutton backing him up. 2 X Factor quarterbacks. Can't go wrong there, right? And then you have Darnell Tulloch at running back, 94 speed. Good team, but I have him finishing 6'11" because of the division, so I'm sorry. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Now, these are the standings. Let me make myself smaller here so you can see. Move myself. There we go. This is how I have it finishing. I have, like I said, I have the Jets, the Ravens, the Chargers, wild card. I have the Commanders, Niners, Cardinals in the NFC. Okay? Now, let's look at the award predictions. This is who I have winning the awards. Make myself smaller again. I have Mahomes winning the MVP, Milroe winning in the NFC. I have Jaden Ryan winning the defensive MVP, and then Doug Schaefer winning the defensive MVP for NFC. Coach of the Year, Bubba and Healy again. Come back, I have Enzo and Crazy. Rookie of the Year, no surprise. 2 Chiefs. I have Escobar and Woodward. And then in the NFC, I have Weber and Clark Osborne of the Giants. And that's how I have the awards finishing out. This is how I have the playoffs finishing here. Listen, I have the Bills knocking off the Jets in the wild card. I have the Browns and the Ravens advancing. I have the Seahawks, Saints. The Saints are gonna be on a revenge tour, just like Roklo. He's going to knock off the Cardinals, and I have the Niners beating me in the playoffs there. I have the Bills and the Chiefs getting back to the AFC title game, no surprise. I have Roklo beating Knight. That's going to be a game to watch right there. We all should tune into that game because that's going to have It's just going to be great. I have Roklo beating Knight there, unless he goes to Cancun again. You never know. Then I have Canes beating the Niners to the Seahawks and Eagles NFC Championship. And now, listen, I have the Chiefs finally getting there. All right, Bubba's having a hard time, I know, with Hicks in the playoffs. Keeps losing to him. This season, I think the Chiefs get there. And I have the Seahawks and Roklo upsetting Healy in the NFC title game. Another great game, I think. And I think Roklo is going to take it down. I have Roklo winning it all this season. I even made a little picture. Let's see if I can get it in there real quick. But yeah, I think Roklo can do it. I really do. I thought he can do it last season, but there you go. All right. A little picture of Emil Rowe with the football. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right. That's who I have winning it all. Emil Rowe with the football. Coach Roklo. Look. Good luck to everyone this season. Okay. I think it's going to be a great season. It's really competitive now. There's a lot of teams who can win it all. There's a lot. Everyone's beatable. I don't think anyone is unbeatable. So that's always a good thing. So again, good luck, guys. Keep up the great work, and I hope we have a great season. And I hope we can have another season. Honestly, I really do. I really want to have another season. But like I said, if we're starting in April, it's really tough. But we'll do what we can. I'm not going to say no yet. So again, good luck, everyone, this season. Keep up the great work. Thank you.